You know what? I wonder if that's it. Okay, y'all. I was just on here. Come on, YouTube. Send the people back my way. Okay, so it says I got a viewer. Can you hear me now? You said now you can hear? Good evening once again. Now you can hear. Okay, great, great, great. Can you hit the thumbs up button? It should be up there at the top of the screen. It's like a thumbs up. It says 0. I'm mad because it sent 56 people my way and then y'all couldn't hear me. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I tried to share it out on my Facebook, so let's try this again. They won't let me be great tonight. Too bad you can't. I don't think you can share it on Instagram. Yeah, you can't share it on Instagram. So before, it sent people in the room. Now that I get off and get back on, it sends nobody. We got 2 people. So if you just entered the room, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. So y'all, this is my first, hello, welcome in. So this is my first episode of Let's Talk Sis, okay? There we go. There's some people coming in. Guys, we're about to have a time tonight, okay? We're about to talk about self-love and accountability. I know you guys are looking at the title like Butter Pecan. Why is this live titled Butter Pecan? Y'all about to find out, okay? Now listen, a little disclaimer. Are you pro Operation Epic Fury? I don't know what that is, baby, but you can tell me more about it in the comments. The title of my channel is Let's Talk Sis, okay? But please, fellas, if you want to join and you want to join in on these topics, you're welcome, okay? But I did create this channel to be one that is going to like discuss a lot of topics, especially for women, uplifting topics. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Who is that? I'm Bacon. Hello. All right, y'all. It's 21 people in the room and I see 4 thumbs up. So if you are watching and you're planning to engage, I want you guys to hit the thumbs up, okay? Pro Operation Epic Fury. I never heard about that. All right, y'all. So this is what we're going to do. You said it's 5. Are you going to like and subscribe? I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. All right, so let me make sure that my music is not loud. I'm glad that you guys can hear me. I just tried to go live and everybody said they could not hear me. All right, so this is why I titled tonight's topic Butter Pecan and why we're going to talk about self-love and accountability and why that's important. So, and I want you guys to engage with me in the chat because it's already weird talking to a screen and not being able to hear people say anything back. But I want you to engage in the chat. Hey, girl, if you can relate to just anything, this could be like a relationship. This could be like a friendship. This could be any type of partnership or even in the workplace where you feel like your efforts are completely going unnoticed, or you feel like your worth is completely being missed. Okay, and the reason why I entitled this Butter Pecan, because, and I know a lot of people laugh and say that's an old person's ice cream flavor, but y'all, I love butter pecan. But the topic is basically saying when somebody does not value something, they tend to not pay it any attention. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know how sometimes we'll get on a kick where it's like, all right, I got a taste for mint chocolate chip or butter pecan. It's like I'm on this rocky road trip. So like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, it's like every time we go get ice cream, every time we go get a dessert, it's like, okay, I'm on this fudge kick, I'm on this caramel kick. And sometimes if we're not careful, we can kind of treat people like that. Now, hopefully nobody on here is doing that, but I'm pretty sure somebody out there can relate to them dealing with somebody and them kind of feeling like I don't even feel like this person values me. It's almost like I'm just something to do. So the reason why I say this topic to me coincides with self-love and accountability, because a lot of times, you said it was your favorite when you got young. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little lactose intolerant myself. But a lot of times we recognize the signs, right? We recognize the signs early, and then we keep engaging. There's all this new talk about being like aware and being aware of like your nervous system and all of this different type of stuff. And how many times do we notice something, we peep something, but then we try to prove our worth, or we kind of like pass it off in our mind like, nah, maybe I'm tripping, or no, maybe I'm making myself a little bit more important than what I should be. Said I'm feeling God driven, but them demons driving. Okay, we don't want no demon talking here. So I think it's important for those moments that we recognize that, especially if it's the case of like the workplace, or even in our friendships, or like I said, our relationships, whether they be romantic or platonic. When we first recognize that feeling, we need to address it. Like we need to address it from the beginning, because oftentimes we'll get, can you shout out my name? Christopher Alanis. Hi, Christopher. Welcome in, Christopher. Hey, Britt. I forgot how hard this is, y'all. It's been a long time since I was a YouTube host. I forgot. Sometimes I get distracted by the comments. But I think it's important that we address things like head on. You love me. Thank you for loving the video. It's some interesting people out in the world. Okay, Christopher, this is all love here. We love you too. Christopher, I know you ain't treating nobody like butter pecan. You came right into the YouTube live and said you love me. So I know you just treating everybody like they valuable. But I think for all of us, in order for us to like really, really take accountability and to really be serious on our self-love journey, we need to make sure that those around us are valuing us, from our friends to our partners to, I know you can't really control coworkers like that, but even in those rooms, even in boardrooms, even in whatever rooms you in with coworkers, when you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or when you feel like you're being undervalued, you need to say something. Family as well. That's correct. Especially family, y'all. Family gets away with the most murder. Okay? Because how many times have we heard blood is thicker than water? And that's a double-edged sword, right? So is blood thicker than water? Yes. Like in the sense of, should we always prioritize family and really look at family like it's the most important thing? Yes. But should we turn a blind eye to family treating us less than? No. Okay, so what about friends? Yes, friends, family, like I said, romantic partnerships. Don't let nobody treat you like you butter pecan. Don't let nobody treat you like, oh, you know what? This is March. And I got a taste for butter pecan. And it's still a shit, correct. And then by the time mid-April comes around, okay, I'm off my butter pecan kick. Now I want cookies and cream. Like, don't let nobody treat you like you're not valued or you're not worth anything more than just a placeholder, a place filler, something to pay attention to in their leisure time, in their spare time. We have to love ourselves first, because a lot of times self-love is what shows other people how to show up for us. Loving yourself, I feel like, is a reflection of how you feel on the inside. It's a reflection of your confidence. It's a reflection on what you require. Those that are in your life, especially the people that you could choose to be in your life and choose not to be in your life. Now, I know people will say, well, I could choose to cut my family off. You can. But like I said, that's a double-edged sword, because I'm a family first type of person. I don't really have toxic family. So, I mean, I don't have anybody that's family that I would want to cut off, but I know some people do. But whether it's family, whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic, we need to exercise self-love in the most intentional way. Because if we don't, those that we're interacting with on a day-to-day basis are not going to show up for us the way we need them to show up for us. And listen, this goes on the flip side too. We don't need to be out here treating people less than either. We don't need to be out here taking people for granted either. I was little, I look. Oh, you said people at your school? Are you underage, Christopher? I'm only asking because I put on here that this video wasn't for kids. Not that I feel like I'm going to talk about anything bad, but when you mention school. But now the accountability part is saying tried and true and saying something from the get-go. Now, I'm preaching to the choir because I'm bad about that. I wouldn't say I'm a passive person, but sometimes I let you 10. Christopher, oh my goodness, sweetheart, where are your parents? Lord, y'all, Christopher throwing me off. Christopher, I'm gonna need you to get ready for school, sweetheart. I put no kids on here, okay? So Christopher, did you tell a fib when you was telling YouTube how old you were? Because I put no kids. Okay, I don't want to be engaging with no kid because I don't need nobody coming for Lady T. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I can my mama said no sir, Christopher, like no resir. I can relate because sometimes I'm not as vocal as I should be when I feel like I'm not being heard, when I feel like I'm not being seen. And I can apply this to like many areas. Hold on, y'all. I just got a request come in. 1 second. I can apply this to many areas, to work, to relationships, and most definitely to friendships. Now, I have the best friendships on the planet. I have the best friends on the planet, hands down. But work for sure. Because sometimes, even in the workplace, we may feel like somebody may, I won't say treat us less than, but maybe assume that we don't have the knowledge that others has. And then they just kind of like move off of that assumption. And that's not cool either, because I don't want to be slighted. I don't want to be overlooked. I'm trying to figure out how to set up a moderator, y'all. I'm sorry. So if I seem sidetracked, that's what I'm doing. My bad. I might have already, she said, yes, you do. Matter of fact, you showing up as blue. I think you I think you already are a moderator, Brittany, because this is my channel that I've been had for a while now. So yeah, I think you already a moderator, boo. Because when you first hopped on, I see you in blue. So yeah, I think you already got the flow, sis. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm sorry. I try to be nice to everybody, but yeah, as soon as that baby said he was 10, I need you to come on up out of here, Christopher, because we don't need no issues. But yeah, Brittany is right. Sometimes I do need to do better at speaking up and saying stuff. I'm a huge person on giving people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm holding myself accountable to saying something soon before things get, out of hand, before, people. So you don't want nobody to think that they can play with you. Like, you don't want nobody to think that you just something another to play with. Or like, you're a pushover. Like, nobody wants to be viewed as a pushover. Nobody wants to be viewed as combative either, but nobody wants to be viewed as a pushover. For sure. For sure. So, you a punk. Who a punk? Mama, you calling me a punk? Oh, mama called me a punk, y'all. Mama. Dang, mama. Wow. They say mama know best. Y'all, my music stopped. There you go. I wonder if YouTube got a lag between them. She laughing. I knew what you was saying, mama. It was just funny because you typed it like, you a punk. Like, dang. She came for me, y'all. She came for me. She came for me. So y'all didn't have no long, drawn out speech for y'all. Like, I want Let's Talk Sis to be a safe space. I want this to be a place that we can share our ideas. I'm going to come to y'all with, hot topics. But yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit of everything because us women, we got to stick together. We're going to talk about relationships. Some of us are in different parts of the relationship journey. Some of us are married, some of us are single, some of us are dating, some of us are on the way to be married. And yeah, I just want this to be a space where we can really just discuss all things that could just help us uplift each other, empower each other to do better. Yes, by sharing. Y'all, it's a lot going on in the world. Mr. Toupee done started some stuff with them there people up over there that look like they got a little bit more gunpowder than us, so we need to be in prayer about that. It's a lot going on, but we are going to focus. We are going to help each other, and we are going to focus on the things that we can control, and the things that are not in our control, we are going to leave that to God, baby. And yes, this channel, we believe in God. Okay, so if that's a problem for you, then you might want to unsubscribe. All right. Now, y'all, I got these cute little cards. I didn't realize it at first. Serenity prayer, yes, for sure. Y'all go look that up. If you're not familiar with the serenity prayer, go look it up. I apologize in advance if, I offend anybody. So I got these cute affirmation cards because I love affirmation cards. But I didn't realize that they kind of use profanity. So I'm not going to use the profanity. We're just, we'll skip over it if our card has profanity. So let's just get a quick little woman affirmation for the day. I picked one with no profanity. So it says, I'll start where I am, use what I have, and do what I can. I make the most of every moment and opportunity. Okay, so those of you out there that need a quick motivation, pick me up. If you're waiting for the perfect time to start something, the time is now. Okay, start with what you got. Start from where you're at and do what you can. Okay, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Okay, and remember, self-love is the best love. Self-love is the first love. We have to love one another like we love ourselves, But guess what? You can't do that if you ain't loving yourself, okay? People can't show up for you if you ain't showing up for yourself. I love the fact that I have more likes than people watching, y'all. I want y'all to tell y'all girlfriends, okay? Tell y'all boyfriends too. Okay, the channel is Let's Talk Sis, but I am not going to discriminate on any type of genders. Okay, so any man that wants to come into the room and feels like he could be empowered or feels like he's got some information to share with us, he is welcome as well. So tell your cousins, your baby mama's cousin, baby daddy's cousin, sister, brother, mother, pawpaw, nana, auntie, uncle. Tell everybody, okay, to come by. All right, so Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time is the time. That's what, 9 Eastern, and that's 6 Pacific. So I don't know if anybody knows anybody on the Pacific on the West Coast, but this is the time. Every week, Thursday, we're going to come back and we're going to have a good topic. And I want y'all to come prepared to talk back too, because I don't want to feel like a psycho just talking to my phone. I want to be able to read y'all comments. People that's grown, okay? I'm going to try to learn the settings and everything to make sure that I don't get no more cheering up in here, because I don't want nobody cheering up in here. I just don't. Cheering need to be in the bed, even though it's 8:34. If y'all are commenting, I can't see it. Somebody post a comment right now, because I would love to see if there's a lag time between commenting and me seeing it. And I don't know how the sound quality is, y'all. I do got some equipment. Put them out of there. Right. I got some equipment coming. It didn't make it on time. I can't stand being quoted something and then somebody not doing what they supposed to do. But next time I'm gonna be good and loud. Ain't gonna be no y'all can't hear. I like that, the Serenity Prayer. I might get a wall art of the Serenity Prayer. That's very popular. I'm clear as a bell. Okay. I am clear as a bell. That's beautiful. I can't wait to get the podcast equipment, because I was looking at the screen like, where do I do the little sound effects? I'm used to going live on TikTok where you could do the little laughing sound and you could do the little applause sound. I don't think they got none of that on here, y'all. It say effects. This look like some old crazy stuff. This is saying something I could do to my face. I don't want to do none of that. Yeah, I don't want to do none of that. If anything, I would want to do effects and stuff. And then time constraints, we're not going to worry about the time that we're going to be on here. If you got to drop, I sound like I'm at work. If you got to drop, you got to drop. But 30 minutes, I say minimum. But if we end up being on here longer than 30 minutes, that's okay too. And if at any point in time, y'all want to chime in and y'all want to talk about something, let me know. Let me know. Because I'm not tunnel vision on my topic. I thought butter pecan. I came up with that because I thought, I need like a catchy title. Something that's going to throw people off guard. Like, we going to be talking about ice cream? It's a metaphor. So I want y'all to remember that and take that with you as you go on off of this live. The next person to try to shun you, go ahead and let them know with love, but let them know. Y'all like my little light? I wanted to get some LED lights, but I'm about to move, so I ain't even want to take the I ain't want to waste time putting it all around the ceiling. Y'all must be driving. I don't see nobody typing. I don't see nobody talking back. Y'all just looking at me like, look at that crazy girl just talking. Just running her mouth. I figure all them times on my report card when I was little, when I used to get A's and B's in elementary. But we used to have the little report cards that had that little thin paper that you almost could see through. Almost like a carbon paper, because the teacher would keep like different little copies. And in the little comment section, they would always write, talking. Need to stop talking. So now we got YouTube, and we got podcasts, and we got social media, so I can make use of my talking. Maybe I can get one of my teachers on here to be like, remember when you was putting that on my report card? But guess what? I kept talking. Y'all. But yeah, I like my little light back there. It's like, look, y'all, I got a remote to it. See that? That's cool, huh? I thought it was gonna have more patterns, but I guess not. It's limited. I can change the colors though. I've been on here almost 26 minutes. We said 30 minutes minimum. Y'all must be over there washing dishes, getting clothes from the washer, put it in the dryer. I don't see no comments, so if y'all are commenting, I don't see it. It might be a lag time. I think accountability, you said just listen to me. I think accountability is harder. It's harder than like what it seems to be. Because, you know, people will say like, oh, be accountable. Be accountable. And it seems like simple to do. But sometimes when you're like faced with certain challenges where you kind of don't know how to proceed forward, so you're just kind of let things roll off your back, and before you know it, you might find yourself in some predicaments. And it's really easy to blame the other person. Like, I always feel like everything that happens, regardless of random, like, horrific acts, like people just harming people out of the clear blue sky, but everything that happens to us, or most things, I should say, 90% of the things that happen to us, we have to own a part of it. Like, we have to own a part of it. Like, when we're mistreated by somebody the first time, it's like, okay, I give you the benefit of the doubt. What's the saying? Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And it's easy to just be like, well, you know, I did this because you did that, and you know, you did this and you did that. But it's like, okay, what accountability are you taking? Because when that snake bit you, why you come back and act like you was a little cute, cuddly teddy bear? It's a snake. It bit you, remember? Gotta take accountability. It sucks, but it's real. It's a part of life. It's a part of the journey. And even more so than now, y'all, because this is wrong, but it's real. Look, you took the thoughts right out of my head. Look, when our community grows, people are going to be like on their side of the phone, like, what they talking about? Because me and my peeps, we got so many insiders. People going to be like, huh? What that mean? I ain't never heard that before. Like, don't worry about it. We'll fill y'all in on the insider. So my mother got this saying where she would just, I don't know, like anything she would say that was true, but maybe something that you ain't supposed to say, she'd be like, it's wrong, but it's real. And that's what my best friend was just saying. Those things have rolled off your back into a big pile. Now it's harder to clean up now due to not addressing. That is true. That is true. When you let stuff roll off your back. And look, people that are often easygoing like that, those be the people that blow up and have. Now, back in my day, we called it a meltdown. Now the children call it a crash out. Same thing, different term. Yeah, all in due time. But yeah, people crash out because you don't address stuff. People crash out. Me, I ain't crashed out yet, but I'm definitely a candidate. Not saying that I ever will, but I'm saying I'm one of them type people that let stuff slide and let stuff slide and let stuff slide. And then, baby, when it hit the fan, it hit the fan. That ain't good. It's like my bestie Mara says, I get people told from jump because I ain't about to hold on to it. That twin comes out. And I'm trying my best, y'all. This whole year, I've been focused on love. I've been on this love kick, self-love, outward love, agape love, brotherly love, because I really do feel like love is the glue. We should be better about expressing our feelings and thoughts. You are correct. That's a muscle that we all should be working on a consistent basis. And we need to, those of us that, have friends and connections, we need to be open to letting the other person express their feelings without judgment. Within reason, but without judgment. Because once we get things out, sometimes it gives us a different perspective and it allows us to kind of smooth things out. Whereas, the road might have been bumpy. Effective communication, correct. Effective communication, not being so, defensive, judgmental. She says she need to be silent sometimes. But you know what? No, you don't need to silence yourself. Just take a pause and make sure that you're saying something in a non-combative way. But still address it. Don't go to bed with anything. Like, listen, y'all. God is so good, right? We wake up every day. Everybody on this live right now and those popping in and popping out have plans, more than likely for tomorrow, for this weekend. And we never really think about the fact that tomorrow is not even promised, which is even more reason why we need to say what need to be said today. Not just addressing all kind of little trivial stuff, because some stuff can wait. But I'm like big on that. Don't go to bed on your anger. Don't go to bed on your resentment. Like, don't even go to bed with that. Let it out. Yeah, it's not combative. It's just blunt. But so I've learned that because I'm blunt to an extent. And when you're a certain type of way, you automatically assume other people can handle that. But I'm starting to course correct myself and kind of be real with myself. Like, Tony, everybody can't handle direct bluntness like that. Some people may take it offensively. Some people are a little bit more on the sensitive side. And I know some people kind of feel a kind of way when you use that word sensitive. And maybe I shouldn't use that word. But that's kind of like how I look at it. But I'm trying to be better. Because I don't want nobody else to feel like butter pecan at the hands of me. That is true. Your truth cannot be a weapon. And sometimes people can use that. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about the late, great Kevin Samuels. R.I.P. to him. I never really listened to dude like that. Okay? I never really saw him in action. Besides, his many videos that started getting circulated because they would go viral. And of those videos that I saw, he was just he was blunt, to say the least. but he was kind of crass with his delivery. And from what I gathered from the different people who kind of felt like he had a kind of felt like he was telling people the truth versus other people that couldn't stand him, it seemed like he was telling people the truth, like he was keeping it real, because at first it appeared like he would only rag on women. But then I came across videos that led him to that, what's the word I'm trying to say? That showed that he was just as hard on the men as well. So it really wasn't about if he was keeping it real or not. He was just, his delivery was just weaponized. Just like Brittany said, you can tell somebody the truth, but you ain't got to weaponize it. You ain't got to weaponize your truth. You ain't got to say it so direct and so crass that it just comes across hurtful, because at the end of the day, they're not going to receive it. He does come across what he did. He gone now. Yeah. He wasn't the kindest. He was not the kindest. But RIP to him. RIP to that man. I really wish I had sound effects, y'all. And I'm not trying to speak ill or poke fun of the dead. I just wish I had some sound effects. Yeah, I don't want to get canceled by YouTube, so I did all original music, because I'm like, I don't know what they allow and what they don't allow. I know sometimes Facebook and Instagram be tripping. Yeah, he was a little arrogant. I love myself fully. Look at the affirmation that came out. I love myself fully. Not half. Not a fourth. Yeah. I'm not going to take no chances. I don't want to get canceled before I even start. I love myself fully. Fully. That totally coincides with the message tonight. Gotta love ourselves fully, so the next person can know to love us too. Yes, y'all. So I appreciate you ladies being on here with me tonight. I'm so mad because my first live, I had like 60 people in there and couldn't nobody hear me. And I had to end it and start it over. It ain't YouTube's fault. It was my fault. I had my phone on. I had my phone, the little side button flicked on silent from earlier today. I guess that affected my microphone, y'all, I guess. And this song right here is a sample. So real quick, story time. This song is a sample of a rock song, right? I actually made this song for one of my old friends. And I kind of ain't trust him a little bit. So when I was making these, thank you, boo. I appreciate you. This is like 2013. Y'all, this is 13 years ago. That's crazy. But like, I was like in the studio heavy back in 2013. And so I was making all of this music, and they have like what's called these producer packs where you could just like kind of get samples already chopped up. So they're already in the library. Well, this song, like this sample, I had no idea it was a sample of some rock group. I guess I didn't know what the little sound came from. I just thought Zaytoven or one of them had made it up. So I'll never forget, I'm in Sally's checking out, and the actual rock group song comes on the radio. So all I hear is the intro, and I think, because my friend that I made it for was going out to LA and was supposed to be working out a music deal or whatever, and was like, you know, I'm trying to give all my people exposure, like make me a beat. I heard this come on the radio, and I said, I know you Y'all, I thought he had ran off on a plug. I thought he had released it to the radio. Ain't gave your girl no cut, no money. Y'all, I was about to call this boy up and go off. And then before I could finish my transaction, I hear, some rock guy started saying something. I said, oh, that must have been a sample I used. I'm like, I should have known that fool wasn't on the radio that fast. That's a little hater. Was that shade? Just a little bit of shade. Just a little bit of shade. Just a little bit of shade. I ain't trying to shade him. But yeah, that's funny because this song came on and it made me think about that moment where I thought he had flu-gazed me. Yeah, I was ready to go in. But turned out his song didn't go nowhere. Which technically meant I ain't make no money either. But yeah, I guess it's better that than getting played. So yes, y'all, when I go live, it's probably going to be original music playing in the background so that we don't get canceled. And then maybe eventually I could play like instrumentals because I would love to play Chris Brown. It Depends instrumental. I might can get away with it. I don't know. Y'all like Chris Brown? Y'all drop a heart in the comment if y'all love that song. Y'all, that song got me in a choke hold, okay? It's got me in a choke hold. I love it. I love Chris Brown. I love to see him dance. I think he's dope. Yes, I love It Depends, y'all. Let me not get canceled. Hold on, let me see. My mama put a bunch of hearts. Yes. Turn up the music. Turn up the music. I can't believe I did all of this 13 years ago, y'all. Crazy. Y'all, we about to. Real quick before we get out of here. Mara dropped the heart too. Yeah, y'all, you gotta love Chris Brown. Like, I know they be trying to, be mad about him or whatever because of that fight that happened. But Riri is moved on. She is happy. Got a bunch of cheering with that boy. And they seem to be in a good place, with each other. So, forgive him. She done forgave him. Shoot. Ain't no point in us being mad. I like Chris. Maybe we can get a little bit of the instrumental. I'm afraid to play it with the words. You said how you get a crown by your name? I don't know. Are you subscribed? She said, how I get a crown by my name? I don't know, mama. Like, have you been liking it? Have you been sending the hearts? Because honestly, I don't know how you get the crown by your name. You are subscribed. Because see, this is my channel that I had from way back when. And I know Brittany and Mara used to join that channel a lot. So I don't know if that's how they got a crown. Because like Brittany was already a moderator. I'm going to have to figure out how to make y'all moderators. That way, as this channel grows, y'all can get people up out of here like Brittany got Krista. Lord, I hope Christopher all right, y'all. That took me full. I want nobody babies up in here. You said you thought you... I'm going to have to figure out how to do it when I get off of here. Because like I said, when Brittany joined, her stuff was already blue. So I know, and I vaguely remember doing that a long time ago. We talking back when I was still in my apartment. That's like 2 houses ago. Yeah, I'm going to pray for him. Because that baby came in and said, I love you. Like, Christopher, his parents going to need to go hug him. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with saying I love you, but it just kind of, once he said he was 10, like, hold on, get up out of here now. We don't want nothing to look no crazy type of way now. Y'all, as the community grow, I'm gonna start posting on my like on the YouTube wall. So if you can, just like try to turn your notifications on. You glad I got your grandbaby out that chat group? Oh yeah. Yeah, oh mama, I gotta tell you, cause some more unfolded with that. Some kids ended up doing the most, and the police got sent to some people's house. These kids is doing too much, okay? We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about, like, at what point do us as parents, this would be a good topic for another night. At what point do us as parents give our kids privacy versus invade that privacy because it's necessary? That's the line that I like. I be kind of like on the line with that, because it's like, on one hand, I want to give you your privacy. On the other hand, let me see that phone. Let me see that phone. Let me see that phone. I pay for it. And things is different now, y'all. Back in our day, baby, we couldn't do nothing but, I was about to say read and write arithmetic. We couldn't even do that on them phones back when we first got cell phones. Those no kids, you couldn't do nothing but play Snake, run your head into the wall playing that Snake, and text. And that was after 9. And what's crazy is, right, that should sound like Medea, like, what privacy? You came out of my privacy, right? Especially when it's like, y'all, these kids on these phones and this social media, like, we have got to monitor, because they be doing too much. Like, the stuff that they do, I be astonished. And it don't be my kids, but just other kids. I'm like, what are these kids thinking? Are they not thinking at all? That's what I think. I think they not thinking at all. That's the problem.
I dare you to let me build you.
They not thinking at all, y'all.
E-commerce store, preloaded.
They not thinking at all. So yeah, that's gonna be a good topic. At what point do we cross the line? Yeah, I know. You're right. Not as a teacher, girl. And I get it. Kids gonna prank and they gonna do all of that. Like, but, and that sound like that's just a prank. We talking about, y'all, some kids making this ginormous group chat, which once it came back to me what was being done, it made me feel like, are these just kids, or have they gotten themselves wrapped up with some hacking adults? Because at one point, they reaching out to parents almost like ransom, like if you don't send us some money, we gon' post, I don't know, these pictures of your daughter, just some crazy stuff. I'm like, what? And y'all, I live in the suburbs. I thought these kids was supposed to be good. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to act like people who make good money that their kids automatically is good or better. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I would expect certain type of mischievous actions. But above and beyond, I really wouldn't even expect that from inner city kids. It's like, what? Y'all watching too much TV and trying to act it out in real life. Like, we would have been too afraid. Our mamas would have beat our behinds all the way up and down the neighborhood. They do be the main one. They can't be parented. Oh, they parented when them laws knocked on that door. And guess who house the laws didn't knock at? Mine. Because my two know better. Baby, I wish some law would knock on my door. I wish some law would knock on my door. For anything other than somebody disturbing the peace. Better not no law ever knock on my door. Tell them nothing about no kids. Because belt is going to be happening. Period. But yeah, y'all. I ain't gonna do too much story time because I am on YouTube. And this video, once I post it, can be circulated. That's why I ain't said no names. But These kids doing too much. They're doing too much. They're doing too much. They need to practice self-love too. Because if they love themselves, they wouldn't be doing all of this knowing that their parents is going to put belts. Hopefully the parents are doing that. Sounding like they probably not. If they got the unmitigated gall to add parents to the group chat and try to ransom parents. One lady told me they somehow got the number of her brother-in-law that don't even live in Texas. That's an attorney. I think that might have been what got them in trouble. Doing too much. Doing too much. Yeah, the most. I'm like, what? We did little silly stuff like senior prank day throwing toilet paper outside the school on the roof. These jokers is trying to commit crimes. Like, what? Who does that? Go get your lesson. Oh, Lord. Help us, Lord. And a lot of us mamas is doing this solo. Yeah, that is what they get. It's better they learn now. Probably when they just gonna get a slap on the hand. It's better they learn now. Like, you can't mess around with that electronic communication, baby. There's all kinds of laws that's made special for cyber communication and all of that different type of stuff. Because, baby, I had to open up a little investigation on one myself. Like, oh, you want to play, young man? You want to play? All right. You playing with the wrong one, sweetie. You playing with the wrong one. Because I put that investigation right up on you. It's better you learn now before you 18 than FAFO when you're legal and they can clank you. That's how I see. We not sparing no rod and we not spoiling no child over here. That's going to be a topic. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's going to be a topic. We're gonna use that as a topic when our community grow a little bit, because I really would love to see collectively where people's minds is at with that, because that's one of my, well, everybody on here already know. You never know, y'all. Here with this podcast, we might actually be able to organize our Reach One, Teach One picnic that I've been talking about for years. I think we need to have a national Reach One, Teach One picnic. Bring all the elders with the folding chairs and canes and get them an old school leather belt. We're going to go shopping at the Goodwills. We're going to get us some old pawpaw belts that's been turned in. And we're going to reach one, teach one. Y'all know what I mean when I say reach one, teach one. Reach one, teach one. Everybody. Can't have no actual child beaters, no weird people up in there. But as long as we done vetted the grown-ups, yeah, national. We need to have a day. One day. It's on the calendar. National picnic across the world. Built to you right. Reach one, teach one. And let's just see if we make a difference in the world. Let's just see if it works. We ain't gonna beat nobody. We ain't gonna leave no marks on nobody. We ain't gonna send nobody to no infirmary or no ICU. We just gonna reach one and teach one and see how it works. Cause Gen Z, nope. Gen Y, whatever the hell this new gen is, no. No. She said she got 3. Baby, I can go find me some. I really don't wear that many belts around here. Touch and agree. You right. We gonna touch and agree. I don't know. That fool that's in office, well, who knows? Because he don't know his head from there. So we might not need him to organize it at all. Whew, Lord, y'all. Y'all, we done went almost an hour. I think that's good enough. I think next time we're going to be on time, Antoinette. And like I said, I'm going to have my equipment, so it's going to be better. It's going to be more professional. We're going to have a little vibe in here. So every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, I want y'all to tell y'all peoples to join in with us. I love y'all. Good night, ladies. At the front of the line. Yeah, he do need a belt too. He damn sure need to be at the front of the line. Now we need to do him like Kunta. He need to go home with scars. He need to go home with scars. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. I see y'all next week. Y'all have a beautiful evening, all right? All right, bye.